It's the best part of the story, in my opinion. The villain, and it better be good, because I usually fall in love with them. There's a bad villain, I will riot. You have the most perfect villain, who I will immediately side with. We good. I will adore you. I like them selfish. I like it when they're like in love with the hero too, trying to convince them to be on their side, like, oh, Kylo Ren, that's my boy. But this ain't about Kylo Ren, even though he technically is in books, and I could add him to this list. But 2019 best and worst villains. We're gonna get all strategic with this mess, because if I spot one little hole in your plan, you're going down the list. Well, technically up the list, because worst villains, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Logic. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the first nominee for the 5th best villain of 2019. He was in a thriller. He was super cheesy and over dramatic, and I loved every second of him because he was just refreshing. It's Jack from Behind Closed Doors. He is a monster, have no doubt about that. He specifically is targeting a lady with Down syndrome just to lock her up in a room so he can torture her for his own sadistic pleasure. But to do that, he has imprisoned her sister, who has custody of the lady with the Down syndrome. Once they get the girl approved to move into the house with them, which the wife is already held hostage imprisoned, then the world's just never gonna see these two ladies again because they're gonna be in the torture dungeon. However, the wife, she manages to escape every now and then, but she can never actually get out of the house. She can get out of her room, but not the house, because he's in control of everything. He's omnipresent, omnipotent, all smell, just omni something. There's this one scene. So not only has he fulfilled all the villainous little, oh, you are so bad checklist, he's cheesy. He's over the top. He's rubbing his victory into our heroes' faces. She manages to escape her room, but the house is pitch black. Unless he is specifically in the room. So she's hiding. She can't find a way out. And so he's sneaking around I smell your fear. Where are you, my dear? And it was funny. You are a blast. Didn't like the way your book necessarily ended, but you still made me laugh, Jack. Thank you. But you still are mean. I mean, who does that to a lady with Down syndrome? Who does that to a lady? Who does that to anyone? Jack. And now the 5th worst villain is Lavanna from the Lunar Chronicles. Now, I like Lavanna. I really do. I like her power that she's able to compel people to do what she wants. I think it needed to be used more. But she was not smart, military-wise. The whole time I was reading the Lunar Chronicles, I'm like, why did you guys invent these wolf soldiers? The wolf soldiers, they're so strong. You need the strongest lunars to control them, which they die a lot, so you're constantly having to replace them, and I'm guessing that the more you replace them, the less strong those magicians are. Magicians, whatever they're called. They're called thaumaturges, but I hate that word. The thaumaturges, they always lose control of the wolves. The wolves always go crazy, yet Lavanna always insists that they're around her. And not only the wolves, she has this system where the guards of her palace are the ones with the least magical abilities, so they can be controlled by the thaumaturges or even the queen as body shields. But that means someone who has the same powers like a rogue lunar can just pick one of the guards and shoot them through them. Shoot the queen through the guards who are easily controlled. And she's always surrounded by them. And this always happens. She's constantly surrounded by things that can easily turn around and kill her. That just wasn't smart. If I would have been in that world, I could have overthrown her kingdom in a day. See, if I was Lavanna, this is what I would have done. Never invent the wolf soldiers. Don't train the little, not so powerful lunar guards that can be controlled. Just keep the thaumaturges around you. Those with strong abilities. Because then if someone attacks you, you already have all the strong people. The person attacking you will most likely not be able to go against the thaumaturges, and then they'll crumple underneath their mental powers, and then you're fine. And they're going up against the humans who have zero resistance against their mind powers. So you don't need the wolves. You don't need the guards. All you need are the thaumaturges. See? Strategy. I could have a dictatorship. Okay, the 4th best villain, sadly, did not have a lot of time in the spotlight, but he made me happy. It's August's brother, Leo, from the Savage Song. I have a lot of favorite tropes. One of them is family member is evil. Say a father like Darth Vader, and he or she is trying to convince another family member to be as evil, aka Luke. This is the I am your father trope. I love it. And this is exactly what's happening between Leo and August. They're both Sunai. They both have to eat people's souls with their musical talents to woo it out of the body. We're also gonna go loco. Leo's like, okay, that sounds fine. And August's like, no, I won't hurt another soul. And Leo's like, just do it. No, do it. But he cares for his little brother in twisted ways. He teaches him how to inflict pain on people. And when this Malachi guy tries to kill Augie's like, no, that's my little brother. And just like twist him around, and he cares. He was just fun. The evil brother who takes care of his baby brother in twisted ways. He was a joy. I need more of him. I feel like I need to just like read his parts again in the book real quick. Oh my gosh, I remember he made like a kazoo threatening. He had a kazoo. He's like, he made a kazoo threatening, because when he gets his hands on an instrument, your soul stands no chance. That's the only thing I could think of. Harry Potter. The fourth worst villain. She popped into Crooked Kingdom for like a couple of pages, and I'm like, where did you come from? I have no idea what her name is. It doesn't matter. It's that girl assassin who showed up to fight Inej, and it's like painfully clear that she's supposed to be Inej's opposite. Like, oh, look at me. I'm full of myself. I'm so much better than you. I'm gonna kick you off of this silo. Stuff like that. I'm just like, why are you here? How did you get here? She literally just showed up. And I'm like, we're in the middle of like, another heist. You're kind of like interrupting the story. She's like, no, I will fight you, Inej. I heard your tough stuff. And I was like, okay, kick. Not really a villain, but definitely on the villain side and more like an interruption. Fourth worst interruption. That chick, whoever she was. I think she was somehow related to Nikolai, who knows. The third best villain would have been an extraordinary man if someone had just told him they love him. The Darkling, the best part of the Grisha trilogy. He just wants someone to love, okay? Someone to hold. He's had it tough. Like, he is the leader of the Grisha. He's the Darkling. He controls the shadows. And he's like, this place, Ravka, it is the only safe place for us Grisha. One day, I will make the world safe for all Grisha. I think that's a Russian accent. I hope so. But I need the help of my sun summoner. Light summoner. I don't know what she's called. Alina. His main squeeze. Even though he's 120 and she's like 17, I still ship them for some reason. He's obsessed with her. I loved it. He can just like magically appear in front of her as like a hallucination. She's like, how are you doing? Do you think this is distracting? And there was a short story, okay, where we get a peek into his childhood and how in like the Grishaverse, there's certain magical things called amplifiers, like say, oh, that tiger right there, it's an amplifier, shoot. You shoot it, you wear its bones, it strengthens your magic. Well, the Darkling, besides being a shadow summoner, he's also an amplifier. So if someone kills him and like makes a necklace out of his bones, they're gonna get super powerful. So he had to deal with that as a child, other children trying to kill him. And I'm like, no wonder you're messed up. You need a hug. He just wanted to make the country safe for his people, okay? I think maybe he and Nikolai should have been like co-rulers. That would have worked. He was the best part besides Nikolai himself. And he's the only reason I'm keeping this book. King of Scars. The third worst villain is James from Middlegame. He also had a girl partner, but she was really scary actually, so I'm excluding her. James. Okay, he's an alchemist. A homunculus alchemist. He was made by his alchemist. He killed her, okay? And now the law of this world is the universe is like, this is a bad summary, I haven't read this book in a while. Basically, the universe is balanced in two halves. One side is represented through math, the other through words, language. And so James is like, I will control the world one day. By doing that, I will put the essence of the math and the essence of the languages into two twins, and I will raise them, and they will become my children, and I will control them, and I will be as a new god. Good plan. I like it. It's creative. However, I will, for some reason, send these twins out of my lab, and they will grow up on the outside without me. Okay, two twins with godlike powers. You're just letting them go, and then you're gonna bring them back eventually? Yes! Why not just keep them under your thumb so they can't get any, ideas about the world and who they are? Why can't you control their environment and make them, subservient to you? Because then it would not be as dramatic. This is a bad plan. You're probably gonna get murdered. Impossible, because I will be as a new god in the new world. Alright, Kira. Alright. My advice to all villains, don't let the target out of your sight if you have the option of keeping it under your thumb. The second best villain, he's probably tied with Victor, but it is definitely Eli. This man, he's that self-righteous, like, Judge Frollo type of fella. It's like, I have been given a mission by God to destroy all you heathens who have the same abilities as me, but it's okay if I have the abilities. It's you who are the monsters. All you superpowered freaks must go. Bam, bam, bam. He's killing everyone. And he's so cute. That guy who believes he's doing nothing wrong. Eli is also super smart. He has like the best superpower ever, which is just regeneration. He can never age. You cannot kill him. And he is just the perfect enemy for Victor. And Victor is his perfect enemy. They have this beautiful rivalry that will never grow old. I wish Victoria V.E. Schwab, whatever her name is, I wish she'd made that third book instead of mashing the second book and some of the third book into the second book. That kind of hurt the story, but still, Eli, I'd join your team. The second worst villain of 2019 is from the book The Perfect Wife. It is the husband. What's his face? Let me see if I can just guess. Not Richard. Man. Tim. It's Tim. Tim. Yes, it's Tim. Aha. It's Tim because when you get to the end of the book, you realize everything he did makes no sense once he reveals what's really going on. So, Tim, the perfect wife. His wife dies. He manages to upload all her social media into this robot and basically recreates her personality. This book did a really good job as establishing this robot as like a real person. I really believe she was a real person. It was written in second point of view, which I really love. I was interested. There was one scene where the robot wife and the reporter were having an interview, and this reporter was just like scummy to her. And it was like slapper, slapper, slapper. However, Tim, he's like, I built you so I can't live without you. However, a couple pages later, he's like, oh, I actually don't believe my wife is dead. I built you to help me find her. A couple pages later at the end, haha, I have built this elaborate replica of our original house so that you and I can live here together forever as the perfect couple. I have also built a robot version of myself for you to have your way with. Questions. You said you built her to find the wife that you murdered. So why are you making robot wife find all the clues to your wife being murdered when the main goal was to lock her in the house with robot you? Why didn't you just build her with robot you and make her love robot you instead of, I guess you just wanted her to be like the original wife as much as possible, but it doesn't make sense if the main goal is to get her to stay in the house forever subservient to you, just raising your autistic son, when you tell her that, oh, I need you to find my original wife, which you murdered, so all the clues are revealed and now she's running away and it's only coincidence that she went into the house with robot you. My gosh, it doesn't make sense why we went through all the little hoops of the first two acts just to have it all knocked over in the third act. Like, yeah, that didn't really need to happen. I just need you at this one place at this one time. It's not a good plan. It's not a good plan. It's just, it doesn't make sense. It's time for the best of the worst. It's the best villains of 2019. It is a tie because these two had basically the same goal. It is the Devil from Imaginary Friend and Oseran from a Darker Shade of Magic series. All these guys wanted was a hug. That's all they wanted. They just wanted some friends. Okay. My favorite type of villain isn't the guy who wants to kill you. It's like Galbatorix from the Inheritance Cycle. He wants you to join his side. The I am your father, join my dark side trope. I love that. This is what these people want. They want the strongest to join them. They want the whole world to worship them. Oh my gosh, I sound like a Satanist. I'm not. Lord, you know I'm not. But you gotta admit, the Devil's pretty fun to read about because you can paint him so many ways. He can be cranky, sexy, manipulative, distant, or Divinity Falling, he could be sleazy. But Oseran, just the deity of black magic, the devil, they just want to build their empires, rule over immortal, powerful beings as they are. Nothing's gonna get in their way. They will torture you, but not before you submit to them. But not before. Did that make sense? Until you submit to them. They haunt your nightmares. They're everywhere. They pretend to be your friends sometimes, but you're just a tool. What happens when you outlive your purpose? Aww. I literally really felt bad for Oseran in the Darker Shade of Magic. He was stuck in an alternate dimension where no one but himself, and he was just lonely. He's like, Holland, can I come with you? No. Please, I'll give you power. I just don't want to be alone anymore. Just give him a hug. He's like the Darkling. Everyone, all the evils of the world can be settled with a hug. Official declaration. Give me my Nobel Prize. I'm out of here, but not yet. The first, worst of the worst villain did the cliche. The monologuing, I will tell you my weakness cliche. It's the devil from Divinity Falling. Ha! You think you can kill me? You cannot kill me with that common Swiss Army knife, for I built myself a weapon that can kill me and purposefully hid it so no one can use it. Why'd you build the stupid weapon then? If you didn't build the weapon, no one could kill you, because the weapon wouldn't exist. That's it. Now our heroes know what to look for, because you had to open your big gob about a weapon. Why? It's just, you gotta think if you want to take over the world. Bad or the good, they're still some of the most important parts of a story, in my opinion, and I'm glad I had all these people to just fill my inner dark soul. Tell me the villain who gave you nightmares as a child. Mine was the Tickler from VeggieTales. From the island of perpetual tickling.
Banishment to the island of perpetual tickling!
Seriously, I had nightmares about that thing with the feather. These videos are so much fun to make. I'm just ranting and gushing, and I really need a break. My chest is literally hurting. This introvert is not made to talk for, it's been like 2 hours straight now. I am proud, but really tired. 20-minute break. I'm gonna go read some Leo. I feel like I'm in a Leo mood right now. Or maybe Osaran. Or oh my gosh, or the Darkling. They're just so all good. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for listening to me gush. You gush in the comments. I want to talk to you and see what your taste in villain is. Do you like the thriller villains? The human guys? Or do you like the supernatural guys like I do? Peace, love, and villainy. Bye-bye.